Imagine holding a simple 2019 D Washington quarter dollar in your hand. Just another coin you toss into a vending machine, right? But what if I told you that one single quarter from 2019 is now worth over $2.3 million? Yes, that small silver piece sitting unnoticed in your change jar could be your golden ticket to becoming a millionaire overnight. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you might just be checking your pockets differently. Act1. The hook. The coin that changed EVRY began with an ordinary man in Denver. Someone who, like millions of others, thought coins were just coins. One morning, while sorting through his spare change, he noticed something strange. The shine, the strike, the tiniest detail on his 2019 D Washington quarter looked different. Not just a little off, it almost gleamed with mystery. He didn't know it then, but that small difference was worth millions. Now, before you dismiss this as another internet rumor, pause for a second. Ask yourself, how many coins have passed through your hands in your lifetime? Hundreds? Thousands? Maybe tens of thousands. But how many have you really looked at? Because history has shown us time and again, the biggest fortunes often hide in plain sight. Act2. The discovery. What makes this coin so valuable? The 2019 D Washington quarter belongs to a series known as the America the Beautiful quarters. But something extraordinary happened during its minting. A rare strike error, so subtle that only the sharpest eyes could spot it, created what collectors now call the $1 million quarter. The error? A minute doubling of Washington's eye, combined with a misaligned rim. It sounds trivial, but to numismatists, coin experts, that's like finding a diamond with a flawless cut. Only a handful of these exist, each verified by experts and auctioned to private collectors who pay astronomical sums for perfection. And here's the best part. These coins are still out there, circulating, hidden in drawers, glove compartments, couch cushions, or old coffee jars across America. Yes, it could be your coin next. But here's the twist. Every day, as the market surges and collectors race to secure rare finds, the window of opportunity gets smaller. What's worth $2.3 million today could vanish into someone else's collection tomorrow. Wait, quick question. When was the last time you actually checked your quarters? Go on. Admit it. Most of us can't even remember what year our coins are from. That's the pattern interrupt right there. Because while we're busy ignoring change, some people are literally changing their lives. Act 3. The call. Why this matters and what you must do. Nowhere's the truth. Coins like the 2019 D quarter are not just metal. They're moments in time, frozen pieces of American history that tell stories of craftsmanship, error, and opportunity. For young collectors, retirees, and dreamers across the U.S., these coins represent something far greater than money. They symbolize hope. Imagine paying for coffee with a coin that could have paid for your house. That's the thrill and the danger. Because if you don't look, if you don't check, someone else will. So here's my challenge. Tonight, open your drawer, grab your loose change, and start searching. Look closely. Flip every coin. You might find that 2019 D Washington quarter with the rare error, your passport to a millionaire's life. But don't wait. Every day, new discoveries are made, and every discovery drives prices higher. The clock is ticking. The next viral headline might just read, "Ordinary American finds $2.3 million quarter in laundry room." Why not you? Because in the world of rare coins, luck favors the curious. Stay tuned, because next, we'll reveal the secret details experts use to verify a real 2019 D error coin from a fake one. And trust me, you won't want to miss that. The next minute could change your fortune forever. Have you ever held a coin so ordinary that you almost threw it into a vending machine, only to later discover it could make you a millionaire overnight? Imagine that moment, checking your pocket change and realizing your 2015 Washington quarter dollar might be worth $2.2 million. Sounds impossible, right? But today, I'm going to show you why this unbelievable story is shaking the world of U.S. coin collectors, and how one small coin is rewriting history. Let's start at the beginning. Act 1. The hook. The quarter that changed everything. The year was 2015. Millions of Washington quarters rolled off the Philadelphia Mint production line. Just another year, just another coin, or so everyone thought. These coins were used in stores, dropped in parking meters, and tossed into piggy banks. Yet, hidden among them were a few extraordinary pieces, rare minting errors, secret design variations, and collector's treasures so valuable that a single one could change a person's life. Now picture this. A young man in Ohio casually checking his change at a gas station. He notices something odd: the color, the rim, the faint doubling on the lettering. He posts a picture online, and within hours, coin experts are losing their minds. That tiny quarter? It's later auctioned for over $2.2 million. Suddenly, the world's attention shifts from digital currencies to the jingling treasures hiding in everyday pockets. Act 2, the discovery. The truth behind the 2015 P quarter. Let's get real for a second. The 2015 Washington quarter doesn't look that special until you look closer. The P mint mark, showing it was struck in Philadelphia, holds secrets most people overlook. Some 2015 P and D coins contain microscopic doubling on "In God We Trust," or faint die cracks that make them one of a kind. And in the world of numismatics, one of a kind means priceless. Collectors call these error coins, but investors call them gold on metal. Their rarity drives the price sky high. Each flaw tells a story about precision, about chance, about history colliding with luck. Even more shocking, experts now believe there are still undiscovered 2015 quarters circulating today, sitting quietly in jars, wallets, or coffee shop tip jars, waiting to be found. Now pause for a second. How many times have you dumped your spare change into a jar without even looking? What if you've already touched $1 million coin and never knew it? Act 3, the rise. How this coin is creating millionaires today. Collectors across the United States are hunting these coins with an obsession that borders on treasure fever. Auctions are heating up. Social media groups are filled with people posting close-up shots of their 2015 P and D quarters, hoping they found the one. And here's the wild part. Some of these coins, depending on the condition and the error type, are now valued at anywhere from $5,000 to $2.2 million. Graded by professional agencies like PCGS or NGC, the highest-rated specimens are treated like crown jewels. That's not exaggeration. It's reality. So, what should you do? Check your pockets. Look in your drawers, your car cup holders, your old purses. That ordinary-looking coin could be the very key to your next big opportunity. Because history doesn't always announce itself. It jingles softly in your hand. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked closely at your change? Most people don't. But those who do, they're turning pocket money into fortunes. And as crazy as this sounds, experts say there are probably fewer than 20 verified ultra-rare 2015 P Washington quarters in circulation. Each one carries a story of luck, patience, and discovery. A symbol that wealth sometimes hides in plain sight. So before you spend your next quarter on a coffee, stop. Look at it again. Check the mint mark. Examine the details, because that tiny circle of metal might just be your $1 million miracle. Stay tuned until the end of this video, because next, we're revealing how to identify those hidden minting errors, what tools you need to examine your coins at home, and which online auctions are paying top dollar right now. Don't blink. Your fortune might be hiding right where you least expect it. Remember this. Sometimes, the path to wealth doesn't start with an investment or inheritance. It starts with a single coin in your pocket. And that coin could be the 2015 Washington quarter dollar worth $2.2 million. Imagine waking up one morning, grabbing a handful of loose change from your car's cup holder, and realizing one of those ordinary-looking coins could make you a millionaire overnight. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the shocking truth. A 2015 Washington quarter dollar, specifically the D mint mark version, has been turning ordinary people into overnight sensations. And today, we're diving deep into the unbelievable story, the hidden details, and the explosive current market value of $2.1 million. Yes, one small coin, enough to change your entire life. Let's begin with a question. How many times have you tossed a quarter aside without even looking at it? Be honest. We all do it. But what if I told you that the next time you do, you could be throwing away your retirement fund, your dream house, or your child's college tuition? Suddenly, that small silver coin doesn't seem so small anymore. Act 1. The DISOVRY. It all starts back in 2015, when millions of Washington quarters were minted across the United States. The Denver Mint, marked with that small letter D, produced countless coins, just like every other year. But hidden among them, a few quarters left the mint with a flaw so rare, so microscopic, that it went unnoticed for years. Collectors now call it the phantom strike, a minting error that occurred when the die struck the coin slightly off-center, creating a faint doubling effect on Washington's face and the word liberty. Most people never notice it, but those who do, they discover a piece of numismatic history worth more than a Ferrari. Now here's the twist. That coin was found not in a vault, not in a collection, but in circulation. A teenager in Colorado used one to buy a soda. Imagine that, a $2.1 million coin traded for a can of cola. It's the kind of story that keeps collectors awake at night, wondering how many of these treasures are still floating around in everyday pockets and purses. When word spread about this extraordinary 2015 D quarter, the coin collecting community went into a frenzy. Dealers started offering 5, then 10, then 20 times face value just to get their hands on one. The fear of missing out spread like wildfire. People everywhere started digging through old jars, shoeboxes, and piggy banks, because if one rare quarter could be worth millions, who's to say there aren't more? But here's where things get exciting. The United States Mint never officially confirmed how many of these error coins exist. Some experts say fewer than 20. Others believe there could be hundreds still undiscovered. That uncertainty, that mystery, is what drives collectors mad. It's like hunting for buried treasure, except the map is in your pocket and the gold is disguised as spare change. Quick question: when was the last time you actually looked at your quarters? Go ahead, take one out right now. Check for that tiny D under "In God We Trust." Because if you have a 2015 D, you just might be holding a fortune now. Imagine this: you're holding one of those rare coins in your hand. Your heart's pounding. You've seen the headlines. 2015 D quarter sells for $2.1 million. You feel the weight of history between your fingers, but more than that, you feel the weight of opportunity. You could sell it, change your life forever, or keep it, watching as its value climbs higher with each passing year. Because coins like this don't just represent metal and minting. They represent time, rarity, and luck. Collectors call it the millionaire's quarter. Historians call it a mistake. But you might just call it your golden ticket. And here's the best part: these treasures aren't locked away in museums. They're still out there waiting to be found. Somewhere in a dusty drawer or buried in a jar under someone's bed could be the next $2.1 million coin. The question is, will you be the one to find it? So before you spend your next quarter, stop. Look closely. The smallest details, a mint mark, a faint line, a slight shift, could mean the difference between spare change and life-changing wealth. Because sometimes, fortune doesn't knock. It jingles softly in your pocket.